Hello! So I went out to the garage in order to get the next box of mystery DVDs to go through, and do you know what? I found some old VHS tapes from my Uncle Derek that I thought I'd already gotten rid of. So if you don't know the story of Uncle Derek, I used to have an uncle called Derek. I hope that story was exciting and it has enriched your life to hear it. No, basically, Uncle Derek really liked films. He had loads of DVDs and Blu-rays and old VHS tapes and bits and bobs. And when he died a few years ago, I was given the VHS tapes to deal with. And most of them were just very standard sort of things. There was some old WWF tapes and Star Trek Voyager and a load of very mainstream films. Got rid of all those, kept all the interesting films, which I'm slowly going through with Oliver Harper. That format will be returning soon, but we couldn't do it during COVID, basically. But I had another small box left of them that I thought I'd got rid of, but I hadn't. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go through them now in a video, and we'll do a VHS one instead of a DVD. And we shall start with Warriors come out to play. It's the Warriors. These are the armies of the night. They are 100,000 strong. Don't remember the cast being quite that big when I saw it. They outnumber the cops 5-1. They could run New York City. Tonight, they're all out to get the Warriors. Uh-oh. Yes, it is a film about a sort of street gang type thing, trying to get from one end of the city to the other, if I remember. I haven't seen this probably for at least 25 years, maybe longer. And I can't remember that much about it other than really enjoying it. This is a film I need to watch again soon. Also, you may recognise this style of VHS tape, even if you're not familiar with the old VHS. And this is because they did some sort of retro releases of old films, The Warriors being one of them, I think, recently, and they did it in packaging like this. But you opened it up, and it had like a DVD or a Blu-ray or something, and not a big, chunky old cassette with a very boring CIC label on it. That's interesting. It hasn't been rewound. Look, it's slightly through. Interesting. We should check that for all of them, see if they've been rewound or not. Was somebody kind and rewound? I don't know. But yeah, this is considered one of those films that nobody seemed to talk about for years. Then suddenly it sort of re-emerged from wherever these things come from when they're forgotten about. And yeah, I liked it, if I remember. I would like to watch it again. That is something I should totally do soon. I should also not leave VHS cases at this angle, because look, all you can see is the bloody light reflection off it. But yeah, it's a good one. Watch it if you haven't, if you have a chance. And you are 18 years of age or over, unless it's been reclassified at 15 or something, because that kind of stuff does happen every so often. Oh look, here's one I hadn't heard of. Shaolin Wheel of Life, the live Kung Fu Spectacular. The most spectacular piece of theatre on stage this year. Is that guy being held up by spiky sticks? That's not good. You don't want that going on. Mate, have a word with him. Blimey. Oh, look at that. Holding himself up on two fingers there. Ah, fantastic. Right, I need to read about this. A remarkable new show which looks likely to do for Kung Fu what Riverdance did for Irish dancing. Will annoy everyone. For the first time ever, the critically acclaimed Kung Fu Spectacular Shaolin Wheel of Life has been captured on video. Featuring ordained Buddhist monks from China's renowned Shaolin Temple, the one with the 36 chambers, with special narration by John Hurt and a haunting soundtrack. Because whenever I think of Shaolin Kung Fu, I always think of John Hurt. I don't know about you. Amazing. This specially filmed production takes you closer than the best seats in the house. It's not the same as watching it live, is it? To witness this incredible theatrical performance. Oh, man. Yeah, this is one I've got to keep this. I'll get shot of the Warriors because, I'd watch that on DVD or something. But, oh, man, I wonder if this ever got a DVD release. Another rubbish label on that one, look. And was it rewound? Yes, this one has been. Oh, I really want to watch that. Oh, could we live stream it? No, probably not. It's released by Universal. That seems unlikely. Parental guidance, general viewing, but some scenes may be unsuitable for young children because they're boring. No, seriously, this sounds pretty cool. Watch in amazement as they are lifted aloft on sharpened spears, break iron bars on their heads, smash concrete blocks whilst lying between beds of nails and swords. This is the worst Airbnb ever. Perform handstands on two fingers and splinter wooden staves against their bodies. Bloody hell. The 20 men on stage are not like the rest of us, Sunday Express. That just kind of sounds like you're being racist there, but anyway. Moving as swiftly along, Oh, such a classic. It's good old Arnie in Predator, one of his best films. Schwarzenegger, nothing like it has ever been on Earth before. No, we're not talking about Arnold. He's obviously just a man. It's some all-time greats from CBS Fox, and it arguably is. A bit of a chip taken out there. Schwarzenegger Predator, yeah, God, this must have shifted some bloody VHS copies. If you haven't seen Predator, what are you doing? Stop watching this video. Go and watch Predator. It's bloody great. It's like really, really tight 80s action film where, how can we put it lightly, some people get quite out of their depth whilst going into a jungle, and yes, there is a predator, and I believe in one scene it's still Jean-Claude Van Damme, but hey, that's trivia for another day. Oh, bloody great film. This was being shown in cinemas locally very recently, which pleased me greatly. Should have gone to see it, actually, but I didn't. This one hasn't been rewound at all. Oh, tragic. I like to think that Uncle Derek watched it at least twice a day in order to keep his Predator compliment up, but seems statistically unlikely. Don't like this cover, though. A load of old skank in it. I mean, look, there's Arnie cut out with a massive bloody black border, and then just the weird thermograph picture from the end. I mean, that's got to be one of the worst video covers you could do for Predator, pretty much, unless you're deliberately just showing Arnie's elbow or something. Nonsense. Anyway, great film. Pleased to have it in my hand. Oh, and The Crow. Ooh, bloody hell, this one's dusty. Entertainment in video, better than Batman, the best action fantasy since Terminator 2. Oh my God, that's been in the box a while. Tremendous. Lee is excellent. Exclusive features Brandon Lee's last on-camera interview, including never seen before seen footage. Oh, it's a shame. So, if you don't know about The Crow, it's a film starring Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son, who was tragically killed whilst filming it. I believe they fired like a prop gun or something, and it had still had a cleaning rag in the end. The cleaning rag came out and sort of killed him or so. I believe that's the story. It was something along those lines, anyway. My main memory of this is somebody showing it to me on Laserdisc and saying, look, in the scene at the end, you can see they've actually cut Brandon Lee out of a scene earlier in the film because there's rain going down in a minute. It isn't raining in the scene. Yeah, because, they had to sort of use the computer technology of the time in order to composite him into the later scenes. But, yeah. Go on, let's read the story. Devil's Night. For rock star Eric Draven and his girlfriend Shelley. The night they meet their brutal demise at the hands of the inner city's most notorious characters. Characters? That's a weird description of a load of murderous bastards. He's always a bit of a character, and look at him eating the flesh of other humans. Exactly a year later, Eric is brought back to life and granted the powers of superhuman strength and vision in order that he may seek vengeance on those who killed him, all under the watchful eye of a mysterious crow. One by one, Eric seeks out the gang, who are out for another evening of mayhem and violence, unaware of the fate that awaits them. Brandon Lee is super goth. Also, The Crow. Yeah, I haven't seen this for bloody years, and I remember really enjoying it. Oh, this is another film we're going to have to put on the list, isn't it? After The Warriors to watch again, I think. Crikey. I may have mentioned this before, but a very good friend of mine, this was his favourite film. Might still be his favourite film, actually. And he saw it so many times at the cinema when it came out that I believe the staff were actually letting him in free by the end of it, which is almost slightly heartwarming. The Crow! Entertainment in video, big thing there. Very bad on the labels, very bad. This looks like it's possibly been fast-forwarded to the end of the trailers to play again, but there we are. Oh, I might even watch it on VHS. Does that add something? Does it add an ambience, or does it just remove visual fidelity? Well, that's an argument for another time that I won't be having, and it won't be on this channel. Anyway, now we've got a war film, Battle of the Bulge. There was a bulge. There was a battle. This was the big picture of it. It just looks like two pissed off men in tin hats. Again, not the greatest image on the cover there. The Crow one's bloody good though, look. I mean, that really sums the film up and is quite eye-catching, whereas, yeah. Oh, right. In the heat of the battle, the coolest head will triumph. For the Battle of the Bulge portrays the savage fighting surrounding the big German offensive in World War II, a massive counter-offensive by a crack panzer division equipped with the new and seemingly invincible King Tiger tanks. So this, Henry Fonda and Robert Shaw, that's good, I couldn't remember Robert Shaw's name off the front here, but there he is. I've never seen this. I believe it's meant to be quite good. Sort of one of the better war films of the era, I believe. I'm trying to say off the top of my head, my dad is more the sort of expert on war films and things, but yeah, I'm not a massive fan of war films. War films I can handle. Westerns I find a very hard sell, but yeah, okay, I'll put that there and then get rid of it and probably forget about it. Anyway, what happens if you add all the fears up? That's right, you get the sum of all fears. Ben Affleck and Morgan Freeman. Is this the one about a nuclear bomb being stolen? I think I've seen it, or seen bits of it, or I've seen a film like it, or something like that. It's a Jack Ryan film. Okay, yeah, right, we're down with it. Ben Affleck is ready for action, commanding the role of CIA agent Jack Ryan in this thrilling adventure based on the Tom Clancy bestseller. America's Cold War fears are rekindled after the president of Russia dies and is succeeded by a man with a cryptic past. Ooh, he writes crosswords. But East-West tensions erupt when the CIA suspects that renegade Russian scientists are developing more nuclear weapons. Mobilised into action by CIA Director William Cabot, Jack Ryan follows a danger-ridden trail to a shocking conclusion. Terrorists plan to provoke a war between the US and Russia by detonating a nuclear bomb at a championship football game. That sounds expensive to shoot. Oh, dear. From what I recall of this, it's exactly as you would expect. It's just sort of fun action fluff. And 'tis fine. What is it with no good labels today? No good labels. At least it's got a hologram sticker on. For Paramount, is that? Yeah, of course it's the Mountain, isn't it? And it has been rewound, so that's something. Oh, we didn't check if Battle of the Bulge has been rewound. Hang on. Yes, it has. It's all good. Another real. Oh, look at this. God, they've just got a label. Printed you've got a backing label, presumably a different one for each classification, and just put it through the world's shittest printer. Look, half the print's missing. It's going off to the right-hand side. That stinks of bums, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Next up, Steven Seagal, the mojo priest himself. They've attacked his family. They've killed his partner. They've made the wrong guy very, very angry. Now Steven Seagal is marked for death. Unfortunately, I suffer from a condition known as Seagal blindness, and I don't really know which of his films are which, even after they've been explained to me again. I don't know what that is. I probably remember his later ones, where he doesn't really do a whole lot, but I've not seen any of those, because they look kind of stinky. Steven Seagal is back as John Hatcher. Is he the one who had the giant egg, or the giant... No, that's Billy Hatcher. The retired drug enforcement agent, only to face his deadliest ever adversary. Tooth decay. No. Returning to his hometown in Chicago, he discovers the evil Screwface. There's a name. Backed by a Jamaican posse, not a real posse, just a pretend one, peddling drugs there. Hatcher nails one of the gang, only to make himself and his family Screwface's death targets. With his sinister weaponry and black magic, Screwface turns the area into a war zone. I don't think I've seen this one. The enraged Hatcher now has a vengeful mission, taking him to Jamaica for the bloodiest showdown of his life. Does he have a lot of bloody showdowns in his life? Well, yeah, I imagine John Hatcher did, actually, as a Steven Seagal character. Do you know... maybe next year I'm going to have to go through all of Steven Seagal's earlier films, the more classic ones, I think, and then see if I can remember the bloody difference. Oh God, these labels, they hurt me. Ooh, again, not rewound. Odd. Yeah, because I've remembered which one is this. Where's the one where he's the cook on a boat? Under Siege. There we are. I remembered one of them. Right, next up. Don't you throw your bloody spears at me. It's Zulu with the mighty Michael Caine. Oh, it's a nice cover, isn't it? Look at that. This is just so typically 90s action film cover art where you've got a known bloody actor in. But this, really nice painting. Look at that. Look at the capture the facials. It's marvellous. The epic story of courage, honour and pride. I've never seen this. Basically, there's a load of Zulus and a load of... British soldiers are there doing something bad, probably, and they kill all the Zulus. Doesn't sound very nice. There's probably more to it than that. One of the most popular British films of the 1960s, Zulu, is based on the true story of the defence of Rorke's Drift. Bloody hell, yeah. Remember there being multiple video games of that in the 80s and stuff. In this battle, 100 men of the South Wales borderers stood fast against many thousands of attacking Zulu warriors. This is a rip-roaring battle picture, with some marvellous performances from such great British actors as Stanley Baker, Jack Hawkins, Nigel Green, and in his first major screen role, Michael Caine. This is the one that made him a star, isn't it? The long, bloody battle is depicted in meticulous detail. Lovely. These battle sequences and African photography are truly worthy of the word epic. A great movie. I'm sure I've seen this at some point. I think I was probably very young, though. I was probably like bloody over 30 years ago I saw this. Was it good? I can't bloody remember. It must be. This is always spoken about as sort of a quality film, isn't it? But what the story is, and you know, it's based on true events, etc., isn't it? I don't really know. Another boring thing. And completely unwound. Oh, just been left at the end and not rewound at all. Maybe he didn't enjoy this one much. Just watched to the end, thought, I'll just take it straight out. Anyway, that was Michael Caine, and this is Dustin Hoffman and John Travolta in a film called Mad City that I've never bloody heard of. What? So Dustin Hoffman's like a reporter, I imagine, or TV reporter, presenter man. It's 12 rated. Warner Brothers. Hoffman and Travolta are sheer dynamite. Okay. Tenacious TV reporter Max Brackett, seriously, is on a career low. His job is on the line and he needs a scoop to save his flagging career. Security guard Sam Bailey is sacked from his job at the local museum and returns to beg his boss for his job back. Hey, I really need my job back. No. Please, no. While Max and his idealistic young assistant are interviewing Sam's boss, a hostage situation ensues when Sam suddenly pulls a gun. I reckon that's that bit. A tragedy is imminent. Max sees the developing hostage situation as an opportunity to revive his flagging career. Oh, dangerous, Max. Within minutes, he is broadcasting live. Within hours, the entire nation is watching with bated breath. But now the network has arrived, and it too has a story to tell. The one that will sell on the evening news. Right or wrong, once their story airs, it's what everyone will believe. Ooh. Are they trying to imply there's some shenanigans going on? I've never heard of this. Is it any good? I haven't got a bloody clue. Travolta and Hoffman together at last. Well, I can tell you, it's one of those shite labels, and it hasn't been rewound as well. Uncle Derek. Deary me. I just don't really know what to say, though. It doesn't appear to have been watched a whole lot, but on the other hand, it's one of those fairly late, VHS tapes, buy it from HMV, probably hasn't been around that long, blah, 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 blah. 1997, yeah. And this was produced in 1999. Okay, then. Well, there we are. If you've seen that, why not put in the comments what you thought of it? Some human might read it, and then, when they've read it, they might learn what the film is like. That's how these things work. Right, next up. Now we're talking. Stallone, First Blood. This time he's fighting for his life. Pretty sure he was doing that in Vietnam as well. From Guild Home Video. This is a fairly early one, isn't it? So, this is Stallone's first Rambo film, which is not very much like the others. I don't know if you know of the Rambo franchise, but the first film, basically, he's a very traumatised Vietnam veteran, full-on PTSD, and he's treated dreadfully by the local police. Really great film. Very dark, but very good. And then in the second one is like, Rambo, we need you back. We need you to fire this bazooka and blow up 1 million people. Okay. And off it goes. And it's really the sort of mood of it just switches up entirely. And then there's like 400 other Rambo films I've never seen. But this. It's surprising they went for the mostly white cover. They usually go for something dark for the action films, but fair enough. Giving his toughest performance since Recce. Pretty sure that's supposed to say Rocky. I think it might be a printing problem, actually. Yeah, it's like a weird line in the middle of the O. It's not an E, yeah. Good old Recce Bell-Bayer, yes. Sylvester Stallone stars as a larger-than-life super warrior. It's not really true, is it? Was this written after Rambo 2, by any chance? In this gutsy action thriller filmed in the wilds of West Canada. Odd bit of trivia to drop in, but okay. He plays an ex-Green Beret, a peacetime misfit haunted by memories of Vietnam. Falling foul of an overzealous small-town sheriff, all hell is let loose as he goes on the run. In the life-or-death manhunt that ensues, he will need all his old skills to stay alive and outwit his pursuers, the sheriff, his posse, and more than 200 National Guardsmen, 7 of whom are called Chet. Yeah, I remember this being really, really good, and I can't remember ever watching First Blood Part 2, despite the fact I must have done, because I don't think it's actually possible to be my age without having done so. Ooh. Oh, that doesn't look watchable to me. Oh, no, there's such boring stickers on these. Interesting grey top the tape, always nice. I mean, the tape looks kind of alright, but look there. Some sort of mould or something on the tape. I think that one, tragically, is done for. Oh, well, Alpha Tech couldn't keep it safe, which is such a shame. Oh, more bloody Stallone. Cliffhanger. He's literally hanging off a cliff. Oh, this one's got wet at some point. It's all gone funny. Like, it's probably all stuck to the plastic. A 2-hour roller coaster ride that never stops from first minute to last, says Halliwell's Film Guide. A film guide for people called Halliwell. This is the one that starts with him being haunted. No, it doesn't start with him being haunted by the memory of dropping somebody. You see it, don't you? He's like climbing somebody and they fall and say, I have died. And he's like, I'm never going to climb again or something. But he does. And that's to stop John Lithgow, who's being a big tit because he's a terrorist or something. All I remember from this mostly is it's kind of daft. It was good fun. And John Lithgow's accent was absolutely bizarre. He does this sort of posh British thing, but it only sounds like he kind of practiced it for 5 minutes. Because John Lithgow's kind of great. And I can't help feeling if he had a bit more time, he might have done better. But there we are. Or maybe it was a comedy accent for a reason. That seems unlikely. She's an experienced climber. She trusted him to rescue her, but something went wrong high above the valley floor, and Gabe Walker has been blaming himself for her death ever since. Oh, yeah. But he stops the criminal and he wins in the end, because it's an action film and that always happens. Spoilers. The main thing I'll tell you about this is never play the Amiga game based on it. It's bloody dreadful. Right. Tape. Has it been rewound? No! Forefront video. We're not. This massive bloody serial number. We are never going to see a good label on any of these, are we? It's just not going to happen. Dearie me. Well, what can we do about it except go on to the next one, which is, oh God, something's been spilt on this. Oh no, it's where it was sticky. Look, the label has got some dirt on it. Oh man, he bought a lot of these second hand from like charity shops and that, and sometimes they're not the nicest. It's that disappointing Ben Affleck Daredevil film, but still a lot better than that series on Netflix. I'm lying. The Netflix series was really good and this wasn't that good at all. Apparently, there is some sort of director's cut of this, which is better. I don't know. I remember going to the cinema to see this, oddly. And, oh my God, didn't the Elektra character have her own film, which is, like, really bad? Well, I've seen bits of it, but there we are. Oh, yes! And Colin Farrell as Bullseye with a weird tattoo on his forehead. And, well, it's more like carved into his head, if I remember. Yes, what it looks like. And Michael Clark Duncan as the Kingpin. And text on the back so small, I can barely read it. Daredevil, a street-smart vigilante crime fighter, falls in love with the beautiful martial arts master Elektra. But when she and her family are targeted by a vicious assassin, Daredevil is faced with losing the one thing he loves. Oh yes, that genuinely happens. Yep, early Marvel superhero film before all the cinematic universe stuff. And yeah, not good. Oh my God, it's a good label! We did it! You finally have. It kind of looks like I got halfway through this and thought, ugh. But yeah, look. Oh, look at that. An actual label with a proper design. Ah, marvellous. Do you know what? That's so pleasing. I'm going to go off and have a bit of a... I'm not actually, I've got to change the memory card. It's about to get full. Jump cut! I'm going to do that thing where I mention something that I really like in the hopes that you will too, because it seems relevant as we're talking about films and that. This is Film Stories magazine, and it is my favouriteest magazine, genuinely. So I stopped buying movie magazines about 9-10 years ago because it started to feel like, I don't know, I was paying money to just read about all the same bloody films, the big Hollywood things. And you know what? I already know when the big Hollywood films are coming out because they spend millions upon 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 millions of bloody pounds advertising them. Anyway, I discovered this about... year and a half ago, I suppose. Very independent magazine, mostly covering independent film and stuff. So, you know, I discover films that I might not have heard of otherwise, which is very important to me as a person. I mean, look at the contents here. This is the stuff I'm interested in. Look, you've got your letters and your news reports, then you've got Great British Directors. Why are people grumbling that there aren't enough new films out there to watch? Are spoilers evil, or do they help the popularity of films? A trip to our price 30 years ago and a Ghostbusters 2 record for people who are into soundtrack collection. Our Film Stories, 2 filmmakers tell us tales of getting indie movies off the ground and pass on their tips. Then you've got your reviews, you've got a cookery page, musicals set in the 1920s. You see, this is the kind of stuff I'm interested in. It's a proper independent magazine. You can just go to filmstories.co.uk and I'm sure you can buy them. It's available physically, it's available digitally as well. But it's just such a nice thing. And it's all just really well written and interesting and beautifully laid out and designed. Well, I bloody love it anyway. Look, I'm going to give it a medal. It's got a medal now. And now, DMX has some advice for us. Never die alone. There he is, look, looking all emo and shadowed. Every sin has a price. These seem like unconnected phrases, but whatever. But it's for rental viewing only, so I'm not entirely sure how Uncle Derek got hold of this. Probably bought it off an old rental shop. That makes sense. I've never heard of this film. I do wonder if OMD made one as well. Anyway, what's the story, Jack and Ori? It kicks ass, says Ain't It Cool News. Thanks for that insight. DMX will blow you away as King David, a cunning and charismatic leader of the streets who returns to his home turf seeking redemption, but only finds brutal retribution. Dun 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 dun. Co-starring David Arquette at Scream, look, there he is. As an aspiring reporter seduced by a culture of drugs and violence, Never Die Alone is a gritty, intense and unforgettable urban tale of ruthless gangsters and cold-blooded revenge. Electrifying, DMX as King David possesses a seductive, regal charisma. Oh, it came from the video chain Choices. Who remembers those? Answer, probably not most of the people watching this video. Well, there we go. It's aged 18. No idea if it's any good or not. Can we peel this off and see how it's been rated under here? Look, it's got like more specific ratings. Language, frequent, strong. Do you mean bad language or just they use words? Sex nudity, infrequent and moderate. Violence, infrequent but strong. And other hard drug use. That means they tried to take some paracetamol but keep dropping it everywhere. Oh god, the sticker's disintegrating. Weird. Was it rewound? Yes. Does that mean it was never watched? I don't know. But it's got a very boring... Oh, look, how generic is that label? Ugh. Away with you. You've disappointed us all. Right. Oh, next up, a Jackie Chan film I haven't seen. No Fear. No stunt man, no equal. No, wait, no fear, no stunt men, no equal. Jackie Chan is the young master. And there he is, being young and masterful simultaneously in order to prove the theory of this. Also, he's in front of a big fire explosion for reasons. What one is this? I can't think of the top of my head. In 1980, Jackie Chan broke every box office record ever set in Hong Kong history, even surpassing the late Bruce Lee with his action blockbuster Young Master. Chan directs, choreographs, as well as stars in this highly enjoyable and unconventional martial arts movie. I really must watch this. Dragon Chan is the younger of two orphans. The elder, Tiger, has gone astray and defected to a rival kung fu school, the bastard, who are using his skills for evil means, and ends up being framed by them. Dragon has the task even, of clearing his brother's name, and by using his wits and incredible fighting skills, he succeeds. If there was ever a film to show Jackie Chan's talents, blah, 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 blah. Well, not the greatest stills in the world. I'm quite enjoying this one where he's apparently picking two people up over a stick or something. And what's the running time? 95 minutes. Well, it's very rare you're going to watch a Jackie Chan film and be bored. I might even watch it off the VHS. Why the hell not? Oh, good. MIA. Is that the label? Yes, it is. Okay, missing in action. Jackie Chan, the label's so bad it's literally peeling off. Oh dear. But look, not rewound. Uncle Derek didn't get through this one, or just like the start or something. Fair enough. Away you go. As we cast our eye towards Mad Max 2. I was going to say the best of the Mad Maxes. Well, no, I really liked Fury Road, so I'm not sure about that. Third one didn't like so much. The first one, I can't remember. I need to go back and watch it again. But there's somebody who doesn't actually appear to be Mel Gibson. Did they give the artist the wrong reference photo or something? Oh dear. Well, there we are. You've got Brian Hannant, music by Brian May. I didn't know that. Directed by George Miller. I did know that bit, yes. If you've never seen Mad Max 2, you probably should. Mad Max is set in Australia in the near future, where law and order have virtually become extinct and mob rule in the way of motorcycling thugs has taken over. Mel Gibson once again portrays ex-pursuit cop Max Rockatansky. That's a hell of a surname, isn't it? A battle-scarred warrior who stands alone, dressed in leather, steel, and I think it's Dacron. Hang on, I'll ask him. No, turns out it's satin. I don't believe him. Yeah, this is kind of great. If you've never seen it, you've got auto gyros, and you've got crazy people with masks on, and you've got all sorts of razor-sharp boomerangs and God knows what else. It is a bit of a laugh, but also very, very well-made film. Surely everyone's seen Mad Max 2. Don't they teach it in schools? Aren't there Mad Max 2 classes? I don't know anymore. Again, not rewound just at the start. Now, I know he liked this film, so don't know what happened with the rewinding there. But, again, crap. This label doesn't even fill the bloody hole. I mean, it's not even the right shape. Dearie me. However, nice condition of everything in this one. No weird sort of stains from things that have been spilled on it over the years in whatever shop or whatever. Right, next up, a film I have not seen. Roger Daltrey playing McVicker alongside Adam Faith. Bit of a musical thing there. Sentenced to 23 years, and he won't accept 1 day of it. I'm in the just visiting bit on the Monopoly board. Channel 5, not the Channel 5 we know of, I don't think, not the television one. Much, much better than a first-rate British thriller. Wait, hang on, let me read that again. Much, much more than a first-rate British thriller, full of power and suspense, says the Daily Star. Brutish and grimly realistic, combines pace with excitement. So this is... I mean, I don't really know the story of McVicker. I know there was a bloke called McVicker who was in prison. I think he was called John McVicker, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you the details of it now. I'd have to look it up. Bloody hell. Screenplay by John McVicker and Tom Clegg. Right, I reckon that is him who co-wrote the screenplay then. And copyright 1980, The Who films. Yep. Well, I wasn't aware that this was made. Blimey, it's a bit of a surprise. Music produced, arranged and conducted by Jeff Wayne. Oh, is he the War of the Worlds one, or was that Jeff Lynne? I'm confused now. But anyway, look, he's in a straitjacket in a cell, and then he isn't. And then people have got guns to his head. That looks like a bad time. Again, crap. Fully rewound, though. That's interesting. Kind of want to watch that. I'm going to look it up on Rotten Tomatoes later, and then I will have looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes. Right, next up, oh man, here's a classic of the time. Akira. The first sort of proper breakthrough anime film in the UK. I don't really know if that's true or not, actually, having said that. Because there was a time where it was very difficult to get hold of anime VHS, and you sort of had to send off a mail order or maybe find it in a weird shop or something. But Akira was one, after a while at least, you could sort of buy mainstream in the shops. Like, everybody knows about Akira shortly. 2019, the world is on the brink of absolute destruction. Tokyo shimmers with tech-noir fetishism, gangs of cyberpunk bikers cruise the sprawl of the post-atomic city, and rioting crowds surge under the neon-topped buildings looming 1,000 stories into the sky. Oh, boom, bang, crash, blong, ping, and all the stuff going on. So, yeah, Akira, the classic of what it is. Neo-Tokyo is about to EXPLODE. That spells explode, everybody. I distinctly remember getting a copy of this film on a copied VHS, if I recall, and me and a friend were so bloody excited to watch it because we'd sort of heard these tales about it. And you start it up and you've got all the clown gang biker stuff at the start, and it's bloody amazing. You're just like, oh my god. And then, really, I just remember the disappointment after that. It's visually very interesting, but it's quite obviously a story that should have been 9 million hours long, condensed into about 90 minutes or something, and it's like, oh... that's 2 hours, sorry. 124 minutes. But yeah, it was just one of those things. I think it just got hyped up to be something it kind of wasn't to us. So it's always been nestled in my head as a disappointment. I mean, there's certain bits that do stick in your head, but it's all the visuals, really, isn't it? Akira, Island World Video. I often wonder if I should go and actually read the whole Akira manga at some point in my life. But it is like 120 billion volumes or something. It's a very long tale. Well, that's quite nice inside. Look at that. Must have put some effort into it. Didn't put any effort into the bloody label, though, did they? Oh, dearie me. Also, not watched that far in and not rewound again. There's a very, very poor Be Kind rewind thing going on with this. Right. Oh, my God. Gonna paint your wagon. Gonna paint it fine. Gonna use oil-based paint because the wood is pine. It's Paint Your Wagon. Yes, it wasn't just a joke in The Simpsons. It was an actual film. Clint Eastwood, Lee Marvin, Oh man, I've never watched this and I would not want to. I'm not particularly keen on westerns at the best of times, and this one's a musical one. Yeah. Lee Marvin and Clint Eastwood star in this famous film version of the stage musical. Ben Rumson is a hard-fighting, hard-drinking, happy-go-lucky man. His partner, on the other hand, is sober, quiet and gentle. The film concerns their adventures in no-name city in search of gold. The film, of course, spawned the unlikely hit single Wandering Star, sung by Lee Marvin. Incidentally, Clint Eastwood also does a musical number, yeah? mean, hell, in the early days of John Wayne, I believe he was known as the Singing Cowboy or something. People seem to forget that now. But yeah, this is a 1971 very musical Western thing. I've never seen it, and maybe I'd enjoy it, but it really doesn't sound like my cup of tea beforehand. Of course, 156 minutes. It's bloody long. Christ, 2.5 hours for Lee Marvin singing "I was born under a wandering star." He was a bit better than that, but not much. If you don't know Lee Marvin's voice, do a quick YouTube search, and yeah. Well, hell, just search the song out. Oh, he watched it all the way through, but didn't rewind it by the looks of it. And again, a really crap label. Oh, look at that. It's like on a dot matrix or something. They put that one out. Made in UK, not for sale or hire in Australia and New Zealand. Why specifically those? Because they're using the same video system, so it would play, whereas in America it would. I don't know. The fact remains, I apparently have this, and now I need to put it over there. And now it's gone, and I feel better. Oh, some more westerns. This is an old one. Glenn Ford, Barbara Stanwyck, and Edward G. Robinson in The Violent Men. And here is a free scorpion. Enjoy. But they can't be that violent because it's only PG. Barbara Stanwyck stars as the two-timing wife of a disagreeable cattle baron in this superior classic western from the Columbia Studios. While he's busy driving small landowners out of his valley, she's busy conducting an illicit affair with her husband's younger brother. The hero of the film is Glenn Ford, an ex-Civil War officer, slightly oddly written synopsis here, who decides to indulge in a spot of guerrilla warfare, as you do, against the land-grabbing cattle baron. 2 ranch fires, a horse stampede, and ambush later. Did the person who wrote this not like the film? Things are certainly building up to an exciting showdown for The Violent Men. Well, that's a western I've never heard of, which, to be fair, is most westerns. Oh, you can see all the other ones you can get here, look. Cinema Club. Cinema Club, they dated DVDs as well, didn't they? Always seem a bit bare bones, their releases. Certainly their labels are. Well, it was either rewound or not watched. What have we got? Also, the 310 to Yuma, I've heard of that one. Elvarez Cali. I can't make that one out. Arizona, I think it's just called Arizona there. Terrible bloody font. The Desperados, 40 Guns to Apache Pass. Gun Fury. Jubal. Major Dundee. The Man from Laramie, The Stranger Wore a Gun, also Underpants. Texas, They Came to Cordura, The Violent Men. Yeah, we've literally just bought that one, mate. John Wayne in a double feature of The Range Feed and Two-Fisted Law. Okay, then. Referring to the character from Tekken. Cat Ballou, oh, there's a classic, and McKenna's Gold. Oh, there we are. Right, you can go back in there as we look at the final tape. Oh, my God. Oh, it's a big box one, look. Also, it's Beverly Hills Cop starring Eddie Murphy. Look at that. All of these have been the small home release things. This is the larger X-Rental. It really feels X-Rental. It's bloody filthy, actually. Like physically this, not the film. Although he does have a bit of a potty mouth, does old Eddie Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop. I wonder if this is the wonderful TV version. It won't be. So there was a version made for TV, maybe only for UK, I don't know, but it's so cut, it's unbelievable. It actually does away with the murder of Axel Foley's partner at the start, so there's like no reason for him to go to Beverly Hills. It's unbelievable. Right. Eddie Murphy's hilarious portrayal of Detective Axel Foley has propelled Beverly Hills Cop into the ranks of the top 10 box office hits in history. I seem to remember it's really good film, just really good fun. I'd like to watch it again, actually. I've not seen it for bloody years. Maybe that's one. Maybe I shall watch it on this very Oh, maybe I won't. Oh, the tape's missing. And instead we've got Beverly Hills Cop and Groomy? What the hell is Groomy? Oh, man. Oh, I'm going to have to... Oh, that doesn't look good. I was going to say I'm going to have to, like... Oh, shit. No, yeah, the tape is literally mouldy. Oh, there's no way that is going in my VCR. Damn it! I was about to say I would actually... sort of play this to find out what the hell Groomy is. It looks like something that was recorded off the television. But, no, I'm not putting a literally mould-covered tape in my VCR. VCRs are not easy to get these days. Oh, what a bloody shame. Have I got a knackered old VCR I could use? No, I don't. Well, that's the end of that idea. Yeah, this needs to be disposed of. Unfortunately, that is... I mean, look at it, my God. Oh, well. Isn't it odd that he's got the proper ex-rental case by the looks of it, but not the actual tape? Don't know what all that's about. Well, there we are. That was exactly 20 tapes left over. But there weren't actually exactly 20 tapes. To make it a round number, I deliberately left one off. I tell you what, let's play a game. In the comments, see if you can guess which film was in the pile. It's going to be virtually impossible, but which film was in the pile that I didn't show you? Oh, and I'll say it in the next video. Let me have a think. What hints? I can give you very strong hints, actually, because it's actually a 2-pack. It is 2 VHS tapes of 2 films, a film and its sequel. If you can guess what film and its sequel have been not shown in this video, but I do have to the right of me here, you will win absolutely nothing. But have a play in the comments anyway. I'll be very interested to see if anybody gets it. God knows how I'll search through them all. Magic?
Subscribe for more.